Send a letter to my enemy. Same thing for my friend of me. Say you messing up the street stars. Fade dope, that's that sheet rock. And if you want, we can take it there. On the Lord Consiglia. And I'm a player named Hundon. Knock your broad out of pom-pom. And I'm sipping on rum. Go off like gun. Treat a broad like a Tootsie Pop. Lick the center, go dumb. Beat it up, Hundon, got road rage. Pray the Lord that I let her see OA. Young man, what I be with always. And every day I kick ish like sensei. And look a man in the eye when you talking to him. Bet 1,000, shoot 1,000, better run it back. The grip of the line, Paul, when you come pursuing. And anything that you owe, I gotta get it back. Life of a hustler, G for gentleman, but I keep it gangster. When in the head, I love my life, so I keep a banger. Thought I was slipping, he was tripping, I ain't out about it. Stay safe, stay dangerous, don't get out of pocket. Every city we go, you gon' see black and you gon' see gold. See the light, I know it gon' show. See the light, I know it gon' show. Every city we go, you gon' see black and you gon' see gold. See the light, I know it gon' show. See the light, I know it gon' show. Every city we go, I say 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 every city we go. You gon' see black and you gon' see gold. See the light, I know it gon' show. And every city that I go, I say every city we go. 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 Let the light, you know I'ma let it show. I'ma let it shine on my mind. My mind run down, ain't wasting no time. I say every city we go. I say now every we go. I say now every city we go. I say every city we go. I say now. So chill, right? I'm sitting out here talking to self while self was hollering at God. And God was letting self know, like, yeah, it is a crazy coincidence. Like everybody come to God with their problems, for help or blessings or what have you. But who God go to when God need the vent? When God need to let some off his shoulders or get some off his chest. The Lord's consiglia. Yeah, peace and love. Y'all tune into another episode on the Lord Consigliere show with your host, Lord Infinite, aka Test by Celeste, BKA Mr. Gigante, SKA a player named Hundon, man. Lord Infinite, man. It's a lot of names right there, but definitely, before we get into everything, definitely want to plug in the merchandise. Y'all seen the link at the bottom. I know y'all need anybody to wholesale or do your own merchandise in bulk. We do that as well, but we also got our own merchandise that we have, you know what I'm saying, that you can check out on that site at the bottom, man. We still, like I always say, we still got a few more pendants and rotation before we have to re-up on some more. But we still have a few tap in with the inbox. Like y'all can follow, definitely plug into the page, which I see right there, Visionary Leaders of Society on Facebook. But that being said, like we I ain't gonna say we, but yeah, on the consigliere show, sometimes we have guests, sometimes we don't. But on each one of these days, kind of represent a different type of vibe, a different type of conversation. And today on Mission Mondays, on a Mission Monday, like a lot of times in business, even in regular life, a lot of time people come into knowledge like one of the first book that you'll hear one talk about, even if one just coming into starting their own business or whatnot as an entrepreneur. One of the first book that one gonna talk about is 48 Laws of Power. And I put the question out there, like, I mean, it is on a Mission Monday. We all striving to be successful in our own demonstration or what have you. So I ain't gonna say we want to break down the 48 laws of power. You can always go to Google and so many people that have broken down the 48 laws of power that you can get into. But tonight on this platform, we just wanna for all the key say of something for the platform or something for the conversation. Like with our listening audience, we want to go through the 48 laws of power. If you have any comments, what is your favorite law and why? You know what I'm saying? You can put that in the comment section. If you want to come in at the end and give your portion of understanding on what's your take on the 48 laws of power, we definitely open to hearing you and receiving you on that. But without further ado, let's get into this. And the 48 Laws of Power is a book written by Robert Greene. Okay, law number 1: never outshine the master. So I mean, never outshine the master. Like let's break down what is a master. Like that can be your boss, that can be your supervisor, they can be your superior, that can be your top or what have you. So a perfect example of someone outside shining the master, I was just looking at it from a biblical standpoint. And he really ain't had nothing to do with the situation. But that was David. When David slew Goliath, you know what I'm saying? At that time, he was you know what I'm saying? He was part of the Israelite, but the king of the Israelites at that time was Saul. Saul found favor. He took a liking into David, and they, you know what I'm saying? He was able to do what he did on the battlefield. But they going to law number 1, never outshine your master. Like, it's the reason why like Saul started hating on David because like in different conversations, here it's like Saul slayed thousands, and then they'll say David slayed tens of thousands. You know how women like everybody was putting David on that pedestal, and he was ultimately outshining Saul. And shit, they rich kind of started that war. They end up Saul end up losing their head type of thing. But it's like that's law number 1, never outshine your master. But they get, you know what I'm saying, that's example what they got. Ensure that those above you always feel superior. Go out of your way to make your bosses look better and feel smarter than anyone else. Everyone is insecure, but an insecure boss can retaliate more strongly than others can. They going like they kind of like that story I just said with David and Saul. But yeah, like even in anything in business, so let apply that not necessarily apply that, but look at that from a business standpoint. Even if you just coming on to the scene, like I mean, we all street to an extent, you know what I'm saying? We got that on our resume, so I take it to the streets a little bit. Like everybody got their same little real pay. Everybody got the same similar bond from the same main person. People, you know what I'm saying? The person you getting it from, like, probably be another middleman, but they start seeing you outdoing them in a way. Like, you supposed to kind of keep that on the low, you know what I'm saying? You ain't outshining the plug, and That's why a lot of people, a lot of plugs, they want one to meet they connect. You know what I'm saying? They want you to outshine them, like outshining the master. But it's a stepping stool though. It's like all a part of like political way, you know what I'm saying, getting to like this the 48 laws of power, you know what I'm saying? Let get to the intent. Like before we go into more law, let's break down the intent. Like intent of power, like everything in society right now, whether you're in business or doing anything as an individual, or you even trying to solidify your position at your job, it's all a power struggle. It's all in the sense of political. You all okay, you gotta deal with people. And it ain't so much as taboo and whatnot, but it is sometimes you like your influence probably have more power over other people. Like you can be it's just when we dealing with power, like you gotta respect those who are powerful than you. So it's all in that level of respect when you understand the chain of command, when you understand authority. You know what I'm saying? But it's just all in the respect. Like just by outshining your master, like you breaking that chain of command. Cause one coming to you instead of your boss or to your supervisor. So it's like it's all in level though. You gotta work your way up to each level. If you jump into the game, jumping in all, you shine, you outshine your master, you gonna bite your head. He probably his resource, her resource are probably already stronger than her. The reason out to my like when I look at, you know what I'm saying, never outshine your master, I'm looking at it from the intent. Like, okay, damn, if I feel a lot of time, even just coming, I do martial arts. So a lot of time, I see it. I ain't gonna say I see it, but I hear conversation. A lot of people just come into the dojo like, man, I'm finna challenge the sensei. Like they got probably been doing karate or martial art for way years, and you just starting, you already trying to challenge the sensei. But I ain't gonna spend too much on outside that law number one. But also in the comment section, what's your favorite law and why? But law number two, never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. And then they got an example: keep a close eye on your friends. They get envious and will undermine you. If you co-opt an enemy, he'll be more loyal than a friend because he'll try harder to prove himself worthy of your trust. Let me see that again. Keep a close eye on your friends. They get envious and will undermine you. If you co-opt an enemy, he'll be more loyal than a friend because he'll try harder to prove himself worthy of your trust. And then law two is never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. That just it's self-explanatory right there, but just to touch on that, like again, like when you really on that power struggle, it kind of I ain't gonna say it's at a it really ain't no friendship or no level on that path because you gotta always it's like once you get into that game of playing for power, like what they say, absolute power corrupts absolutely. It like you putting you already on that. It ain't no friendship. It ain't no. It's just delegations and association. So you got to understand that. You know what I'm saying? When you get on that journey, then not like you going to war, family. When you're applying these 48 laws to power. I know I get like I said, reason why we having this conversation about the 48 law. A lot of time when one come into knowledge or one come into some type of new information or what have you, even when they just coming into a business like on the entrepreneur level, I hear this book being recommended on both sides, whether it's the business or whether it's spirits or whether one coming into the conscious community. Like a lot of one have you read the 48 laws of power? But that's why we getting into it tonight on the Lord's Consigliere on a Mission Monday, because they like it definitely a powerful tool when you understanding the concept of building your empire, building your business, building your, you know what I'm saying, legacy. It really dealing with power because you gotta understand power. It ain't saying that you can walk on water, shoot bulbs, like shoot shit out your hand or see through wall. I ain't saying you can do anything like that, but influence and power. Um, your word, like you know what I'm saying, your reputation is power if one standing on that. So it's all like that when we get into businesses and stuff like that, Fortune 5, like they have power because they, you know what I'm saying, they affect a lot of people. So that's on that would allow too. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemy. And I would just point out that fact that on that power struggle, that shit a lonely journey, man. Cause it ain't really so much about friendship. You just trying to really ultimately enslaving people, but that's a power struggle. But it come with that. You gotta be ruthless. You gotta be cold hearted. You gotta be on that path. You know what I'm saying? Strategizing for what they call the contingency plans left and right. But that's just how the ghetto the hood teach us anyway. We don't trust nobody like that anyway. So that law number 2. Law number 3, conceal your intentions. Always hide your true intentions. Create a smoke screen. If you keep people off balance and in the dark, they can't counter your effort. They say always hide your true intentions. Create a smoke screen if you keep people off balance in the dark and they can't counter your efforts. That's law 3, conceal your intentions. And they say that in a lot of lights though. When you even just being a player like that person, not like you can't. We learned that coming up too. You can't let your left hand know what your right hand thinking. So it's like we kind of grow up with that. Cause like you don't know somebody might be trying to use your, you know what I'm saying, secrets against you. So it's like definitely you can't be no blabbermouth. So instead, you know what I'm saying, you gotta definitely honor and uphold that code of silence. Law 4, I always say less than necessary. Say little and be ambiguous, leaving the meaning to others to interpret it. The less you say, the more intimidating and powerful you are. It say little and be ambiguous, leaving the meaning to others to interpret. The less you say, the more intimidating you are. Law 4 is that's law 4, and it's always say less than necessary. So even in your mistakeness, like it's power in that. But again, we speaking from political, entrepreneur, strategizing type of level when we get into power, like dealing with people. We ain't talking about leaping no seagull bound, shooting spider webs out of hand or nothing like that. But I can agree with that though. I always say listen and necessary. Law 5, so much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. Nurture and guard your reputation because reputation is integral to power. With a strong reputation, you can influence and intimidate others. They say nurture and guard your reputation because reputation is integral to power. With a strong reputation, you can influence and intimidate others. And that's law 5. So much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. Like Till say, that just popped in my mind. I don't know what you do for your respect, but I'm gonna die for mine. But like, are you really though? Like your reputation, like and like with your brand, like Frank Luger with that blue magic, like you gotta stand. He said that blue magic, I stand by that. Like you gotta stand by what you standing on, like your convictions. You gotta guard your reputation with your life. So yeah, I definitely agree with that too. You gotta guard your reputation because with a bad reputation, no matter how good your product is, it kind of still gonna be like wet dope. Okay, it can't sell anywhere. So you got definitely that was law 5. Law 6, creating the air of mystery. Be outrageous or create an aura of mystery. Any attention, positive or negative, is better than being ignored. Attention brings you wealth. Create an air of mystery. That's law 6. Be outrageous or create an aura of mystery. Any attention, positive or negative, is better than being ignored. Attention brings you wealth. That code, when I ain't gonna lie, just looking at that, it just popped in my head. Like I just thought about the guy Charleston White. He just be definitely he definitely be on all the crazy shit. But when you look at, you know what I'm saying, bro, what he got going on though, he do give back to the community. He do sponsoring, aid and assist, at risk kid like stuff. He do a lot of positive stuff in the community, but he do a lot of negative bullshit that kind of bring attention to his brand or bring attention to what he got going on. So that shit, it crazy how Law said that shit that made me think about his movement. Law 7, get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. Get others to do your work for you. Use their skill, time, and energy to further your ambition while taking full credit. You'll be admired for your efficiency. Get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. Like for me, I always been a go getter individual. Like I do a lot by myself before I ask for help. So that I can understand the need for that. Like when you dealing with power, you know what I'm saying? I just ain't never been me. I get it out the mud. I'm just about to say I get out my own mud, but I get it out the mud by myself. So it like that was just my philosophy. Just like I don't want a person to feel like they ever did something for me. So in my mind, when I look at 7, I'd rather pay individual to do that. Then we can take. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily taking the credit, but it's just at the end of the day, I paid you to do this. So that at the end of the day, the company or the umbrella make furtherance off of that as opposed to me as the individual. Cause that what it was that was required of the agreement between you and the business. But I can't just look at it like getting anybody do the work type of thing. But we got some slave drivers out here though. You can see them. Law 8, make other people come to you. Use bait if necessary. Make your opponent come to you. When you force others to act, you're in control. Bait them, then attack. Use bait if necessary. Say make other people come to you. Use bait if necessary. Make your opponent come to you. When you force others to act, you're in control. Bait them, then attack. I can see that right there, though. Like when you're dealing with war, like I said, it's all level looking at war. Cause you got an agenda, you got an objective. Like whether you go into business or whether you creating your program platform or what have you, it's still kind of like you going to war. You know what I'm saying? You creating your mission, you getting your soldiers ready. So when I look at Law 8, that kind of like a war tactic. Like you declaring, okay, you realize you got enemies, you know what I'm saying? Let me bait them, let me get them to come in. Like let me knock them out, then you keep what they say you keep what you keep what you kill. And I'm thinking about that Van Diesel movie, not Perfect Storm, Pitch Black, but Chronicles of Riddick type shit. But yeah, that's Law 8. Law 9, win through your actions, never through argument. Demonstrate your point rather than arguing. Arguing rarely changes anyone's mind, but people believe what they see. They are also less likely to be offended. So it's a Law 9, win through your actions, never through argument. Gotta say that for the people in the back. Win through your action, never through argument. That real though, like I can relate to that. Cause a lot of time the people that are arguing or carrying on ain't got a damn thing going on. You know what I'm saying? They just got time to argue. Time to knock you off your swell. Time to, you know what I'm saying, get you discombobulated in their hand. What they say, that shit is word, you know what I'm saying? That's what they say on that, like misery love company. But yeah, that Law 9. We finna get through these quick, I mean, but we got 48 of these guys and might have to do a part 2 coming back. Yeah. So we got Law 8, Law 9, 10. Okay, 10. Law 10, infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. Avoid miserable people that perplexly miserable spread misery like an infection. That's just basically like you just breaking down like war tactics. Cause you gotta definitely I was speaking about that on the platform too. When you're dealing with energy, electrons, and motion, or energy and motion, you can get vibes from people. You can get their energy and that just rub off on you when you feeling sad and gloomy on some bullshit just off of a person's energy that came in contact with you. So yeah, definitely infection. You know what I'm saying? Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. Definitely want to soak up some of that positive love. So be infectious to the level of the atmosphere that you're trying to go into, that platform and arena that you're trying to shoot for. So that's law. That was law 10. Law 11. Learn to keep people dependent on you. Make your superior dependent on you. The more she needs you, the more security and freedom you have to pursue your goal. It say learn to keep people dependent on you. That's law 11. That's a I ain't gonna say a dangerous thing, but that's a like I said, Paul, that's a I ain't gonna say dangerous, but that more that I can't even I'm trying to figure out to say it best way put it in the best way I can though, but it, that kind of like that kind of like a hole in the pimp type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like just layman term. That I'm trying to be politically incorrect and all of that, but I'm just hearing the pimp game. You know what I'm saying? Keep people dependent on you. Like I want keeping. You know what I'm saying? Hoes or people in poverty. I want like keep one dependent on them. So like I don't know your situation, but you can everybody, you know what I'm saying, know somebody that whether it's a male or female that had to live with somebody because they ain't have nowhere to go. What they call them like hobosexual. So that person you living with got a lot of power and that kind of what I seen when that learn to keep people dependent on you. Law 12, use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. Use honesty and generosity to disarm and distract others from your scheme. Even the most suspicious people respond to acts of kindness, leaving them vulnerable to manipulation. That was law 12. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna just go through these and then we'll come back and do a little recap and I'm gonna pull out what my favorite one is. Then if y'all got comments on which y'all favorite law is, we'll go for now. I'm gonna just go through these expeditiously, like Ti would say. So that would allow 12. Use selective and honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. Law 13. When asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest, never to their mercy or gratitude. Law 14. Pose as a friend, work as a spy. Law 15. Crush your enemy totally. Law 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor. Law 17, keep others in suspended terror, cultivating an air of unpredictability. Law 18, do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. That's dope. It say, do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. I think I might be rocking with that 18 though. That shit deep. I don't know. I'll let y'all know after I get through which one my favorite is though. But law 19, know who you're dealing with. Do not do not offend the wrong person. Law 20, do not commit to anyone. Law 21, play a sucker to catch a sucker. Seeing dumber than your mark. Law 22, use the surrender tactic, transform weakness into power. Law 22. Law 22, use the surrender tactic. Don't fight until the bitter end, but surrender and regroup. Law 23, concentrate your forces. Intensity and deep work yield better results. Law 24, play the perfect courtier. Learn to play politics. Law 25, recreate yourself. Recreate yourself, law 25. Be the master of your own identity. Don't let others define you. I like that one too. Law 26. Keep your hands clean. Use others to do the illegal and immoral deeds while you look above reproach. Law 27. Play on people's need to believe to create a cult like following. Create a cult like following where you are the cult master. Law 28. Enter action with both boldness. Timidity is weak. Do it boldly and convince, or don't do it at all. Law 29. Plan all the way to the end. Make your luck by drafting proper and accurate plans, then begin from the most important part, the end goal. Make your accomplishment seem effortless. That's law 30. You look immensely competent and powerful when you achieve your goals without breaking a sweat. Law 31. Control the options. Make people feel like they have a choice, but truly only give choices that see you as the winner. Law 32, play to the people's fantasies. Give people what they want to hear, not the truth. Law 33, discover each man's stun screw. Find your opponent's weaknesses, insecurities, and hot buttons. Law 34, be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one. I think it just 34 just solidified that for me. Be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one. Act like the person you want to become. I don't think he get no simple than that for me. 34. I think we sold on 34. I think that's my favorite one. 35. Law 35. Master the art of timing. Never seem in a hurry, but look calm and collected, like you always have things under control. Law 36. Disdain things you cannot have. Ignoring them is the best revenge. If you can't have something, pretend it doesn't even register in your brain. Pretend it doesn't exist. Law 37, create compelling spectacles, dazzle people with big shows that cover the harsher reality that you don't want them to see. Law 38, think as you like, but behave like others. When you go against the grain, you communicate. When you go against the grain, you communicate, you feel superior. People will resent you. Blend in instead. Think as you like, but behave like others. That's law 38. That's a problem. That shit. I don't know. I don't think I feel. I can't act with the stupid. I can't act stupidity. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I ain't gonna even hold you. I feel superior to stupidity. Like I don't even think I can do that. But it's think as you like, but behave like others. That's law 38. Law 39. Stir waters to catch fish. Make your enemies angry and emotional. Law 40. Despise the free lunch. Freebies come with strings attached. Instead of taking freebies, offer them. Generosity is the sign and magnet for power. Law 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoe. Don't follow great leaders in their footsteps, or you look like a smaller hang on. Carve your own path instead. Law 42. Strike the shepherd to scatter the sheep. Deal with the problem at its source. Strike the source of the trouble, the leader or the main instigator. Law 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. Influence beats dominance. Direct people gracefully master the art of gentle influence. Appeal to heart's emotions first and foremost, then deal with the minds rationally. Law 44, disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. Copy what they do. Copy what they do. It's a great technique. Disturb water and make them angry and emotionally unhinged. Law 45, preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. Law 45, it say preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. Change is traumatic, and people will resist it. Make your changes slow and gentle. I can see that though. A lot of times, ones in the cyber, you be wanting people just to wake up right now, like shake. I'm shaking your ass, man. Wake up right now, but I came across this phrase like in psychology, cognitive dissonance, but it basically explains like when you introduce someone with new information, it kind of like them going again, they believe going again, they system. So it's like it's shattering their own beliefs. So kind of you gotta definitely feed the truth and kind of feed them like from a spoon, a long handed spoon. But that was law 40. What that was? That was that was on law 45. But that was speaking on change. Change is traumatic and people will resist it. Make your changes slow and gentle. And that law 45 preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. Law 46, never appear too perfect. Make the average masses feel closer to you with strategic vulnerability. Law 47, do not go past the mark you aim for. In victory, know when to stop. That's for real though. Do not go past the mark you aim for. In victory, know when to stop. Don't push too far. Stop when you achieve your goal. I can relate to that. Law 48, assume formlessness. Everything changes. What work today won't necessarily work tomorrow. And you must adapt to thrive. Assume formlessness like the guy. But yeah, that I'm gonna go back with it was I said my favorite 30. So law 34 is my favorite law of the 48 laws of power. It say be warrior in your own fashion, act like a king to be treated like one, act like the person you want to become. So I just feel that right there. Like if you acting like shit or a peasant or a devil, demon, or anything like that, that what you gonna ultimately speak into existence. That what you gonna speak into your own nature. You gonna speak into your own divinity. It's like you writing your own program to the own book in your life and on your DNA, your shot. You just putting that on your own institution of yourself. So I definitely always try to act like a king, talk like a king, move like a king, even though you might get some cussing here and there. You might, I mean, I'm street. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I can't hold you on that. Like Leber can't change his stripes. You know what I'm saying? You can take Honda out the hood, but you can't take the hood out of me. So you gotta accept that. But so that's my favorite one though. Law 34. Be royal, act like a king, you know what I'm saying? To be treated like one. But basically, like with the 48 laws of power and what I was explaining though, like the 48 laws of power is like a war tactic. Like whether you're an entrepreneur, you in business, or you trying to get that promotion or whatever you doing in life, we dealing like if we was on some regular society, you know what I'm saying? Well, it was like the strongest one win, like it'll be a crazy society. Like we'll have a lot of anarchy. What I mean, what they say, survival of the fittest, like if the biggest, you know what I'm saying, one was able to be in the power, you know what I'm saying? They the ones that control everything alpha side. But we dealing with a strategy type of game. You know what I'm saying? It's a chess like monopoly type game out here that we gotta play. And you did, you know what I'm saying? We gotta deal with the minds of the people. It kind of like the Matrix, how Neo them breaking out. Like you'll end up fighting people because they fighting for this system. And when you trying to help free your people because they so logged into this system, it's hard to free 'em. You know what I'm saying? A lot of ones are dependent on this system, even myself to an extent. So you can't really break free of the system. So when we get into spiritual war, like physical war, like we really at war, family. You know what I'm saying? It ain't we ain't just talking about like country going to war, but it's like a war with our mind, like it's a spiritual war, like dark versus light, you know what I'm saying? Negative versus positive, like it always kind of been like that. You know what I'm saying? Like those two forces, like they different polarity. You know what I'm saying? It always ended like that. So that's what we going on right now. You got the devil clicking up it on enemy, you know what I'm saying? The Lord got his soldiers signed in too. So it like I ain't trying to get out tangent or whatnot. You know that philosophy, that spiritual, you know what I'm saying? It just come out of you sometimes. But basically to go back to where I was getting into like with the 48 laws of power, we dealing whether you in business or whatever you doing, whatever. We kind of at war though. You gotta look at it like a general. And to be successful out here, you gotta have a mission. You gotta have objectives. You gotta set goals. You gotta set, you you got to set objectives and goals, man. You got to have a blueprint. You got to have a plan. You got to strategize, plot, plan, strategize. Out here, it really like going to war. So when I looked at the 48 laws of power, he also got the 33 strategies of war and artist seduction and a lot of other things like that. But again, like when you look at how harsh this shit is, you know what I'm saying? Like when you trying to start a business, cause you got competition, you gotta know you're gonna have competition, you're gonna have the naysayers, you're gonna have everything going on. But it I ain't gonna say it kind of, but it is like being at war. You gotta stay strong. You gotta stay convicted in your beliefs. You gotta have your head on a swivel. But it's about that understanding though. Like Jordan Belfort got a good book too, like the Wolf of Wall Street guy. Like he got a straight line plan. Like when you dealing with approach and selling. Like I don't care what business you in as an entrepreneur, they say you might have a different classification when it comes to your business, whether it be transportation or logistics marketing or whatnot. But in the end of the day, we all in the business of sales. If you can't sell shit, you ain't gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to sell and learning how to sell, you gotta understand the psychology of people. You gotta learn people. Like it's about selling to people. So that pretty much in a nutshell. Like I said, I ain't gonna hold y'all. Like we talking about the 48 laws of power. And I broke down, I gave y'all mine. You know what I'm saying? My favorite law was that law 34, dealing with acting like a king. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with acting like a king and being like that. Man, shout out you know what I'm saying? Shout out, bro, too, man. We had Lord on here last night, bro. But yeah, man, that we talking about 48 laws of power on bit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was just breaking down like it really just like a raw strategy type thing when we get into whether you create your business or your plan or whatnot. It's about having a proper formula to follow. You know what I'm saying? Pawns up, you know what I'm saying? Boy, Alec, boy, man, shout out, bro. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Bro, say mine is never outshine the master. And like the question though, why? You know what I'm saying? Like I like mine, like I broke down why mine is to I broke down why mine, you know what I'm saying, was 34, cause I like dealing with the king, you know what I'm saying? Or being like if I carry myself like a king. So it's like how you carry yourself, that's how you be treated. So like beloved too, you know what I'm saying? Why your favorite one is never outside the mouth. And then anybody chiming in, you know what I'm saying? If y'all had a comment, like what's your favorite law out of the 48 laws of power and why? Yeah, definitely, man. Like I just look at it you gotta look at it the method like a strategy, you know what I'm saying, like with war type of thing. Cause you gotta be able to I ain't gonna say apply this because you know what I'm saying, you got life. It's a lot of things that you happen in life, but you just gotta have an understanding though when you dealing with people, man. At the end of the day, like that's what I was just breaking down. Like no matter what industry or whatnot you dealing with, you in the business of sales. Okay, you gotta know how to sell to people. You gotta know how to deal with people. You got different type of consumers. But that's why I looked at it from that standpoint. That's why a lot of people in the business world that I come across, whether through different seminars or circles, they would recommend their book, like the 48 Laws of Power. Then even on the street side, like I was breaking down in the beginning of the conversation, a lot of one when they just coming into the country community or coming into some type of knowledge, ones say ones recommend their book. Like, yeah, read the 48 Laws of Power. But a lot of time we just take that jewel, like, yeah, we able to say like, damn, yeah, that hard read, I can relate to that. But a lot of time we don't have no train of thought on why somebody recommended that to us. Like, what do we supposed to get out of that? Like, I mean, it's kind of like the Bible. You get some good scripture, like you can get here and there, but that going back to the conversation, like we gotta understand the intent of certain things. Like the intent of this, like for me, and I'm just like I said, I'm looking at it from my own perspective, which a lot of one probably can relate to. So it's like it's like a form of going to war. You know what I'm saying? We in the business world, That shit vicious. It's political, but it kind of vicious when you dealing with that war on that type of level. You know what I'm saying? When you the corporate, like they say, different level come with different devil. But that and tools like this, the art and science of damn, not the art of war, like a lot of these be in the war, man. Like he go on what two our beloved brother said. Cause I shake the room and you would and you never cause I shake the room and you would never know I did it. I don't care who gets the credit. I receive the trust of the people. That real right there. That's solid, bro. You know what I'm saying? All 20 no chain. Solid on that guy right there, man. That dope. That dope, man. But how long have we been on here? 47 minutes. And I apologize y'all for my tardiness and all of that. You know what I'm saying? We what happened was I went to a store. Once I went to a store, had to get on, had to feed my little snake, you know what I'm saying? Jack boy, I ain't no pun intended, but I do got a little ball python, but I had to feed the little guy. First store I went to, they ain't had no feeder mice, so I had to go to another store. And that's the reason why I'm like 15, 20 minutes late for the show myself. So I, you know what I'm saying, I owe my own, so I apologize for my tardiness, you know what I'm saying? But that's what we were talking about tonight. 48 laws of power. I ain't gonna, like I said, I ain't gonna be too much long winded, but if we here closing out, it, you know what I'm saying, anybody else have a favorite law that they wanted to share, or why, you know what I'm saying, or how do they, what do y'all look at as the 48 laws of power, or what did y'all think about when y'all hear about that? Like, what's y'all take? Doom, 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 doom. I leave a moment of silence for the Soldier Slim and all the people, you know what I'm saying, before we come on in. Mm. Well, I guess all hearts and all minds are settled. Hey, that what's up, man. Hey, man, it's always love and always a blessing, man, to talk and demonstrate with y'all and do all that good stuff, man. But definitely, man, it on another day in paradise, man. That's what I tell you. We gotta speed these heavens into our existence. Like, stop looking at ourselves here, stop being in these negative, dark ass mood, man. Wake up, man. Get out of that slave ball mentality. And nah, it's all love, man. We lead with love first. That's why we gotta come in the door, man. But I ain't gonna say too much. But like I always get my guests, and you know what I'm saying, I always tell one that close out, you know what I'm saying, with a prayer, you know what I'm saying. I gotta close all out with a prayer since I'm the only one here, you dig. You know what I'm saying? Before I close, I just had to put that on the screen, man. Like, that beautiful, man. We gotta take a moment of silence, man. All 20 no chain, lad. Moment of silence for that, man. The, uh, RIP to the home by Soldier Slim, man. But man, don't throw it out, man. Don't throw it out sometime, bro. I ain't gonna even lie to you, but I love y'all because y'all love me, man. But anyway, man, that's the prayer that I was getting to. Dear Heavenly Father, you come to y'all with an open head and a bowed heart, asking you for strength, asking you for mercy to continue to look over us and your people, asking for success, blessings, and all of the righteousness coming their way, Lord. We continue to uplift your name, continue to raise that heaven on earth, Lord, to continue to build about your works and about your vision. You want to continue to pray for the sick, pray for the shed and pray for the helpless. We want to do all of this in your name of the Most High. And we say amen. Amen, man. So chill, right? I'm sitting out here talking to self while hollering at God. And God will let self know, like, yeah, it is a crazy coincidence. Like, everybody come to God with their problems, for help or blessings or what have you. But who God go to when God need the vent? When God need to let some off his shoulders or get some off his chest. The Lord's consiglia.